days down and 1 day to go here in Bradenton, Florida for the NMRA Spring Break Shootout. Coverage this weekend on Stang TV, presented by SCT. Tell you what, yesterday, great qualifying sessions. Records fell everywhere. And after a late night tech inspection, a lot of cars being broken down just to make sure that they looked okay from the technical aspect. Everybody cleared, so we're ready to run into eliminations today. We'll see how it all falls out before the end of the day. But before that, let's head over to the pits, see what's happening there.
Stang TV event coverage, presented by SCT Performance.
Hi everybody, it's Jason Baffrey with the NMRA here on Stang TV. One of the real interesting things to see here at the Nitto Tire Spring Break Shootout is the brand new 2010 Mustang driven by Susan Roush McClanahan and the Mustang of her teammate Donnie Bowles out of the Roush Performance Camp. Why is it interesting? Well, because they are using propane as a fuel this year. Susan Roush McClanahan, this is an incredibly interesting fuel system and something that may be unheard of in performance applications, but something that Roush Performance is very passionate about.
Yes, we as a company, we provide fleet conversions for Ford F-150, 250s, and 350s. And it's all liquid-based, liquid propane-based technology, which is relatively new. As a company, we've been doing this since 2007. We've taken that technology and bumped it up to almost twice the horsepower that we use in the fleet production conversions, and we're applying it to motorsports.
It's an extremely interesting system. The great thing about it is propane is 90% available in the United States. We would not be dependent on foreign oil by using that. It is a green product. Roush Performance has done more than 3 years of applications in this, and this car is making over 700 horsepower and running in the nines with propane as a fuel.
We're here just outside the winner's circle at Bradenton, Florida with Jason Lee. Jason, you won drag radial this weekend. Probably not the way you want to do it, but you ran some pretty stout numbers. How'd the weekend go for you?
Pretty good. It started off rough and then started to get better. It's definitely not the way I'd like to win. That's for sure. I'm glad Enzo's okay and ended up being a good weekend.
The track seemed to be challenging towards the final round. Was that something that you took into account when you made the tune-up to get ready?
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely was going away. I think not a lot of cars were going down the track basically, and we had fast turnarounds. So I think it was kind of us ripping up the track for ourselves basically. So the track did definitely go away. Unfortunately, it spun in the finals, and that's pretty much what happened. And I'm just glad to be where I'm at right now. So
those 791 numbers, where did those come from?
Out of a magic hat, brother.
Comrade Scary, you had a really, really tough 2009 season. Started off with a crash and a wreck of your car here in Bradenton. This year you're in the winner's circle. What's that whole journey been like for you?
It's been a long road all the way around. I mean, since the crash and just having a rough season last year. You know, we struggled with a lot of things, and we're still learning some new stuff and struggling with this new car. But I mean, thanks to the Garrett Turbos, UPR, Mickey Thompson tires for providing some good rubber this weekend and some very nice wheels. Cook's Custom Headers for the exhaust, Tile Sport for our wastegates, VFN for the front end and everything. I mean, everyone's really come together to help us, and this is a great feeling to actually be in the winner's circle again this year.
What kind of plans do you have for the rest of the season?
We're going to run the whole NMRA series again. We'll be here in a couple of weeks for the NMCA. We're going to try some of that as well. Actually, I got some new things coming from Tile Sport, to help us out with some ET, and I think all around it's going to be great.
John McDonald, this is your second NMRA win. It's a little bit challenging for you this weekend. You had some problems. Tell us about that.
We had a cylinder head area by the combustion chamber actually collapsed a little bit, and we were leaking water in the cylinder during our test run. So we thought we were down and out. We couldn't really weld it because the seat would fall out. So we ended up doing a Northern Hillbilly fix, and we drilled it, tapped it, put a pipe plug, it moved it back up, and checked it every round, and it held, and it ended up working all weekend.
You've been at this game for a couple years now, and you've beaten some of the best, and today you beat somebody that you didn't think you'd beat before. What was that like?
That was awesome. We kind of left it alone, just said let's just play our run and let it play out. I got him on the tree, and the car ended up running a 34 at 195, my fastest pass ever. Awesome run. Car went A to B, straight as an arrow, and it was truly my best round ever in racing in my career.
Well, that last run was exciting. I'll tell you, anytime you race Charlie Booz, especially in the finals, you get up for it, and it's always a great race. He's a great competitor. But for us, we got a little more aggressive with the suspension. Got after it a little bit because we knew we had to. He had us covered all weekend. But I guess he was thinking the same thing because he got a little aggressive as well and ended up going up a little bit higher than we did. But it was the quickest time of the weekend for us, and worked out great. We got him off the tree, which was a goal, and worked out for us. Everything was great.
Well, that just about does it here at Bradenton Motorsports Park for the first race of the season for the NMRA right here on Stang TV. Great racing, as we said. Let's take a look at it. In Turbodynamics Pro Outlaw 10.5, Conrad Scarry made up for all the problems he had here last year when he beat out Billy Driscoll in the final. John McDonald posted a 742 with his win over Chris Tootin and his 768 in Pro Charger Super Street Outlaw. In Diablo Sport EFI Renegade, Alton Clements kept the number one on his car, at least for this weekend, after he beat Dan Rawls. How about this final, the Metal Block Hot Streak between Robbie Blankenship and Charlie Booz. Booz in the right lane, keeps the wheels up halfway down the racetrack, almost hits the wall, but still stays in it, but lifts at the very last second, giving the win to Blankenship. In BF Goodrich Drag Radial, Jason Lee, who was the first to run a 7 last year here at Bradenton, went ahead and won this race just like he did last year, and also lowered the ET record to 7.941 in the semifinal run. In the final, he beat Enzo Piccini. Piccini, you can see here, scrubs the wall in the right lane. In Steiner Real Street, Jim Breeze beats Dan Bowman 951 to 964. In Ibach Springs Pure Street, defending class champion Ryan Hecox runs a 10:17 at 131 miles an hour to beat David Hill, whose 10:60 at 129 just wasn't enough. Another class champion takes the win here at Bradenton for the opener of 2010, and that's Tommy Godfrey in ACT Factory Stock as he defeats John Leslie Jr. Thanks for hanging with us here at Stang TV this weekend. We'll be back to give you another NMRA race pretty soon. Thanks also to the folks at SCT. Check them out online at sctflash.com.